actually in 2 states. Queensland, New South Wales. Queensland, New South Wales.
Bit warm, excuse the no shirt. Got a few little leftovers in there. Cooking away, stopped on the side of the road, about 100 k's out of the Queensland border, Queensland New South Wales border. Kids are in here just having some, what are you eating for lunch, mate?
Pies.
Pies, sausage rolls. Excuse the mess in there, but no, it's glorious weather. Just wanted to show you what a typical day of lunch might look like sometimes. Pretty easy. We use that travel buddy a lot for this sort of thing when we're driving. Chuck it in there so we're not buying lunch. It just mixes it up a little bit of a treat for the kids rather than just having sandwiches or wraps all the time. So.
The lame, the weak, too afraid to start the dreams that only came to pass them by. Here's to the broken man who stood and walked when he heard you can, 'cause it shows me that faith is more than sight. Here's to the wandering child looking for a star to guide, pushing through the darkness of the night. Hold your hand up to your heart and know it's just a chance to start. I know that it might feel like it's too hard.
We're on a boat!
Oh, love is where you are. Just know that love is wherever you are. It will never be too far. Oh no. This is not the time to watch. Grab a hand and make this day our march. Pulling down the walls we cross, fighting through the wars we lost, looking for the day when we have won.
I don't know why I always make that noise. Cunnamulla. Well, no, not really Cunnamulla. Where are we? Charlotte Plains Station.
And Blippi time!
Blippi time.
So much to learn about, it'll make you wanna shout, Blippi!
Hey, it's me, Blippi.
Anyway, we are about 40 kilometres east of Cunnamulla, and Cunnamulla is about 800 k's west of
And look what I made.
800 k's west of Brisbane. So we're still a long way in the outback. I've had a night here already. We've got a couple more here. $50 a night unpowered, I think it is.
There's a boat here that someone's taking me. I made artwork.
Alright. Bit of artwork going on. Will's found a boat over in the water.
I did.
But this place is famous for its hot springs. It's 42 degrees straight out of the artesian baths over there. Just been back for a second swim. Probably head back to Savo. So it's quite warm. It's pushing 30 for the next week now. So definitely made the right call by chasing the sun. Yeah, she's quite warm, but it's still nice to be in the water. In the baths themselves, where it comes out at the source, it's 42 degrees, but there is a big bore drain where it all sort of flows as well. The further you get away from that spring, the colder it gets. So you can pick and choose where you want to swim based on how cold it is, how hot it is outside. So I think as the night sort of comes, it starts getting colder, the baths get more popular. But during the day, it runs sort of further down. So
yeah, we found a boat in the water.
yeah, they found a boat, as I've already said. So kids are happy, we're happy. Plenty of sun around to keep our solar charged. Haven't got a lot of water, but we don't really need it. We're sort of sharing over there. Apparently the water's drinkable out of the bore. We're probably not going to do that. But yeah, probably not going to do that. And then just take it easy, not drive, not do anything. We've moved pretty quickly to this point from Coober Pedy. What do you reckon, Mama?
Yeah, it's good. It's nice and relaxing. It's nice to stand still for a while. And yeah, it's great to see the sun out. It's not cold. It's probably, what, 30 degrees today?
Yeah, I think 32 tops.
Yeah, right.
It's not lunchtime yet, and it's feeling nice little breeze to keep us a bit cool. But
yeah, it's perfect temperature for me.
Mom, I can't put Blippi on.
Eva's doing a bit of art dabbling for Eva Artwork. During COVID, quick little story.
Mommy.
During COVID, she came up with her own little artist name as Eva Artwork after she was doing a lot of art during time at home and everything like that. So she's continued that name on. She's got a bit of a splash of glue with some of the stuff from the earth, and then she's doing a bit of colour around as well. So, but yeah, during COVID, she was actually creating art and trying to sell it to her grandparents and that for what, $100 or something was the asking price at the start. I think they negotiated down to about $5. So I'm sure she'll be trying to sell this soon. So whoever wants to buy it off her as well. So Eva Artwork, just
It's for free.
it's for free. She might give it away for free. So just remember that name. 20 years time, Eva Artwork will be like Picasso. So far on our trip, we've had pretty good luck. Pretty good luck with everything. Not breaking. We've only had a couple little things. A couple little things on the Unidata track, but for the most part, our caravan and car sort of held together pretty well. Little things you need to tinker with all the time to sort of get them back working properly again. But I think the main reason that is because Will Bob the builder is always fixing things, aren't you, mate?
Yeah.
So apparently his chair's broken at the moment, needs to fix his chair. He was working on the caravan before. Must have been something wrong with the DI-35 hitch or something, because he spent a bit of time working around there. So what else have you been working on today, mate? You were working inside the caravan before, weren't you?
And I'm working on artwork.
He was working on artwork, which we've spoken about as well. So actually, I'll show you how artwork properly. Otherwise, she'll. This is the artist in motion. First time I've actually had the fire pit out on the trip so far. Well, I think I've had a few fires in Tassie, but they weren't with our fire pit. And had a fire a couple of nights ago when 1st of April when restrictions all started. But yeah, stopped. Restrictions have been killing us, so going to celebrate tonight. Got a little rack of lamb there. So I'll chuck some salt and pepper on that, a little bit of garlic on top, and maybe some rosemary if we've got some in the fridge, in the cupboard. But we've got, excuse the mess out there, got our Osprey cooking. So what I'm going to do, I've got the Hillbilly spun steel camp oven on top. I'm going to try and cook that. I was going to low and slow it, but kind of running a bit behind time at the moment. So I'm going to cook it around 160 internal in the camp oven and do that for maybe, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, maybe flip it once. I have got a little meter, where's it gone? The meter thermometer, which I use at home in the smokers that I've got at home. And the thing I'm excited about from a camp oven point of view, not so much the internal temperature of the lamb rack, but this end of it. This is the other end. This end here, you stick that into the meat. This end here gives you an ambient temperature, so that'll tell me how hot it is inside the camp oven. Now these are about $100, so they're not necessarily needed, but it then feeds information back to an app. Something I've already had, but it's going to come in very handy for things like this, especially when I'm cooking slower, like lower, because then I can maintain that 100, 110, 120. But for today, sort of looking 160, 170, 20 minutes, pretty low, pretty small rack. So there we go. And then I'm going to sort of do a reverse sear. So we'll fry them off over the top of the hot fire after that to finish them off for a couple of minutes each side, or a minute each side probably. So there we go.
When the clouds roll in and we wanna run down the empty streets, we're wild and young, holding out our hands just to feel the rain. If you weren't here.
And what I've used just to keep the heat off the bottom of that camp oven, I've used one of these little trays, put them in our air fryer, and we often cook. Not often, but we cook jerky. I've got 3 of them, they lay on top of each other. It just means you can cook more at once rather than just having one on the bottom. So that means that I'm not getting a burnt bottom on the bottom of my camp oven of the actual of the lamb itself. So yeah, geez, I'm cooking. Standing in front of that fire, it's 30 something degrees. It's been a warm day. I think I might be sunburned as well.
Hear the thunder follow us where we go. Yeah, we all shake, we all roll. Gotta bring the best in who we are. Without the struggle.
Pretty glorious sunset going on today. Usually I'd be out sort of chasing something, but I cannot be bothered today. I finished my last wedding edit for the whole year. So first one back is like 5th or 6th of January at this stage. So yeah, I'm just gonna have some beers. But problem is I've just drank my last beer. I forgot to top up with beers. So Mama over here is gonna go on a drive tomorrow and get me some beers. No, it's a 100k round trip to Cunnamulla. So 49 k's or 38 minutes apparently. So expensive beers. I said you should be able to call in over the CB or the UHF and order something and charge a premium because people will pay it. But that's just done by me. Anyway, yeah, last one done and dusted today. So that's good. It's been almost 3 months. I did go back for 3 weddings in the middle of Feb when we sort of passed back through from Tassie. But yeah, anyway, sunset's gone off, which is cool. Fire's gone off, which is also cool. This is telling me, this app, telling me 42 internal. Currently inside that oven's 196, so a little bit warmer than what I was wanting, but I think I've gone a little bit too hot on top with a few too many coals because the fat has actually burned a little bit. So we'll get him off, we'll rest him. Actually, I want to sear him a little bit on the bottom as well, just over that open fire, and then we'll rest him for 5. Get that internal up to about, I don't know, 50 odd, so it's nice medium rare and just delicious. Absolutely delicious.
Yeah, without the struggle we won't get far. Let's live for the moment before the moment's gone.
Ah, look at that. Cooked beautifully. So the burnt bits on top were actually the garlic, which I think went a bit overboard anyway. So yeah, lamb rack. Kids have already eaten their dinner. We're not letting them touch this, the good stuff. So
they had frozen pizza.
Frozen pizza in the air fryer. That's living, Barry.
Well, they were excited about it, so.
I think every fly in Charlotte Plains has found his way to our dinner table. So we're eating outside. It's a beautiful night. So
Yeah, okay.
and every time I turn the camera on, Will's done a poo. So anyway, gonna dig into this. Didn't finish my story 4, so
Yes, mate.
not gonna drive 100k. Well, maybe I will. But we're going to the red wines, I think, tonight maybe.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that should hurry up and seal the deal. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare, and I wanna take you there. I would give it all away to do it all again. Make our love a story that would never end. Never thought I'd feel so alive, looking in your eyes. I just wanna love you till the day I die.
Got a kid's bike. I don't even have a license.
They move, trees, move.
Now give me a put the horn again.
Just one more and that's it.
I did it.
Watch out for the trees. Just on the road again. We had our 3 days in Queensland and we've had enough. We're going back south. We heading back into New South Wales on our way to Lightning Ridge. So it's probably 4.5 hour drive from Charlotte Plains. And yeah, we loved our time there. I did. Am I turning here? Yes, shit. As I missed the turn to Lightning Ridge. We just had lunch in a place called Dirranbandi. Been through a town called Bolin. Towns I've never heard of in my life, but cool little towns in their own right. Kids tested out the playgrounds at both spots. So yeah, Charlotte Plains. We stayed 3 nights. Probably could do it in 2, but we probably would have stayed 3 nights anywhere, whether it be Charlotte Plains or Timbuktu, because we were just going pretty fast. We needed to just sort of chill out for a bit. So I don't know, it was something funny about it in a good way. In the unpowered section at the Boar campground is where like the baths are. That's where we camp. You can camp wherever you want basically, and they just open up more land for it. You can collect your own firewood, you can have fires. It's just, you look around at night when it gets dark, and it gets dark early in Queensland. And every little campsite's got their own little fire. It's just a cool little vibe, I reckon. So the baths themselves, almost too hot, I'm gonna say. They were 42 degrees. You can go further down to the bore drain, and the further you get away from where it comes out, the colder it gets. But I don't think we swam in there as much as I thought we would have, but I was okay sitting at the campsite and just enjoying that as well. So they do have showers. The showers are using the bore water. I reckon they smell like eggs. Supposedly you can drink it, we didn't, but we showered in it. But yeah, I reckon it's got a bit of an eggy smell, that bore stuff. And yeah, so like I love eggs, but I don't want to bathe in them, and I don't want to drink eggs, and I don't sort of grab a bottle of eggs and just quench me thirst that way. So but it's still better than nothing. We also went in and checked out Cunnamulla, which is like 50k away. Got some beers, but we also just wanted to check out thing. They got the Cunnamulla Fella, which was made famous by Slim Dusty, and then I think Lee Kertigan did a song. We actually had that blasting in the car the other day. Just getting back to our country roots. I can't enjoy that stuff. Anyway, Cunnamulla. They had 2 supermarkets. It had bakery. The pies at the bakery, right up there with some of the best pies I've had so far on the trip. So, I don't know, throw it over to you, Mum. Give us some words of wisdom from you about the area.
I don't have any words of wisdom. I think go there. You definitely only need a couple of nights because there's not much to do apart from swimming in the hot baths. And but it was really, really relaxing. Nice to have campfires again. Which the kids loved, and there was heaps of people there, like plenty of kids to play with. Not that they really did that. But yeah, no, I really liked it. It was nice to kind of I don't know, I think the big thing for me was having fire again. I love having a fire, it's just relaxing. What did you think of Charlotte Plains?
It was good, and we got to blow up the slowly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, even bit slowly.
And I will say, I got to stop making bets with the kids because I'm down $50 each from not catching a fish in South Australia. And then I had a rolling 14-day bet with them that if they didn't get scared of bugs, I'd buy them some Legos. So I think I made that about 6 weeks ago maybe. And they've gone 14 days straight because it was resetting every time they had an issue with bugs that they don't need to. Like if a wasp lands on them and they get, that's fair enough, but or a spider or a tarantula crawls off across their face, yeah, get scared. I'd get scared of that. But if there's a general fly or a wasp in the vicinity and you're going to crawl under the car because you're scared, then the clock gets reset. But yeah, day 14 rolled around yesterday and they passed, so it's actually pretty amazing to see how far they've come with the bugs in the outback, because at the start of the trip Will was going off of a night because he saw white bugs, or blugs as he calls them. But now they sort of don't bat an eyelid, which is cool. And we've been in some pretty dusty campsites for well, we were trying to work it out yesterday, what, like 6 weeks I think. Robe is kind of the last grass site we had. We had beach or sand under our feet at Waralty, but that was still like camping on sand's not necessarily the cleanest thing. But every other campsite we've had, all through that Flinders, Unandataku, PD, and then up Outback New South Wales into Queensland, and even a lot of the York Peninsula has been dirt. So we're sort of longing for a grass site. We don't know when that'll happen. Hopefully next week. The other thing I'll say, camping 3 nights, Cunnamulla. We do have an Easter booking on the Gold Coast, so we're kind of padding time because we can't get there earlier because it's Easter. So we just need to hang around inland where there's not as many tourists, checking out some of these spots. So we couldn't get in many places in Lightning Ridge either, so we've booked Lawn Station, which is about 10 minutes out of town. Don't know much about it. There is water on site somewhere. We actually haven't connected to water for a long time either, so, but Lightning Ridge has got artesian baths and bores in there as well, so we're wondering whether it's all bore water again, and whether we just have to start making do with putting that in the tanks and smelling like eggs until we find some clean water again. So, but they do say bore water is cleaner than lakes and reservoirs supposedly, but maybe we're all supposed to be drinking eggs. Don't know. Long chat.
Oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare, and I wanna take you there.